Hey guys, Stock Saturday, and it's been a bit of a rough week, a bit up and down. We had the CPI number from the US, not particularly good. Full CPI sort of up 0.4%, I think, with sort of energy down a little, and sort of core CPI, which is the one they focus on, higher than last month. So they'll sort of probably be spurred on to do a 0.75% interest rate rise at the next meeting, which is sort of being priced in, and sort of market hasn't taken it particularly well. Sort of went down and then shot up yesterday for some reason, and then has come back down again today. So yeah, most sort of people's portfolio, I would gather, has sort of taken a bit of a hit. Mine is down more than most, 11,000, which is sort of mostly due to the crypto miners, and in particular Argo blockchain. So I'll come back to that shortly. Portfolio wise, haven't sort of made any changes at all. Cash still sort of sitting there, potentially sort of going to be withdrawing some of that cash later on to buy a bit more of the crypto dip possibly, but I will probably leave some in here to buy up some stocks. But yeah, we'll sort of see what happens. Quite a few sort of stocks down, mostly sort of in the semiconductor side. So yeah, the sort of more stable stuff, Stellantis and Shell and that sort of thing, done quite well. Taylor Wimpey and Barrett sort of done reasonably well. The miners, Vale and Rio Tinto, Glencore, sort of not doing all that well. Meta Platforms down, even though they've come out with their Quest Pro sort of professional headset. Market sort of not taking it all that well, and sort of yeah, I guess assuming that they'll probably still be losing money on that, if not sort of they might make a little bit on that, but still losing money on the ordinary headsets. So yeah, it's just more sort of downgrades on earnings estimates, and sort of bigger spend on the metaverse and digital sort of side. So yeah, that's not being taken too well. Lennar sort of has dropped a little bit, about 6 or 7%, I think, on the week. So it was a shame. I was kind of wondering whether to sort of sell out of those, having sort of held up quite well, and maybe buy some UK stocks with the sort of FX impact really hitting home. My Lennar position, I think, is still in nearly in the green. I know it doesn't show it here because it doesn't show FX impact, but yeah, it's dropped, so I've sort of left it as it is. But yeah, no more sort of buys on any of the stuff really, so it's just down broadly across the portfolio. Looking at the ISA then, so Sylvania sort of doing okay, down ever so slightly. I think it goes ex-dividend for the big dividend in the next couple of weeks, I think. I don't think it's next week, so I'll probably see a fair drop, but then it's a huge dividend coming in December. And then, yeah, the REITs sort of not doing all that well, and First Majestic Silver sort of coming down with the silver price. So yeah, coming back to Argo blockchain, so it's down 40% in a week. This is off the back of dilution and selling some of their miners, some of the mining rigs themselves, sort of for desperation selling, basically, to shore up the balance sheet. They describe them as new in box, so it's sort of seen as they basically had to sell everything in the kitchen sink just to raise a little bit of funds, and then they've also sort of diluted shares, taking an outside investment to yeah, basically raise some cash, not doing a rights issue sort of for shareholders to invest. They said this client is sort of a long-term investor and is sort of good for the space, so it's better than existing shareholders buying in, basically. But yeah, a lot of people sort of asking me what my thoughts are on them, whether I'd be averaging down. I might put, I've got sort of £100 of dividend cash sitting in there, which I might put in, but I'm not really looking to put any more sort of significant money in there at the moment. I was just sort of reworking my valuation spreadsheet on them. I haven't sort of checked these, consulting and admin fees and all that sort of thing against sort of more recent earnings. Can't remember whether we've actually had a half year earnings or a quarterly. So yeah, I might have to have a little bit more of a go through this, but sort of using my last valuations figures at sort of today's price, I still get a negative market cap sort of valuation. So I see it as including all of the admin costs and everything. They're mining at a loss, which I'm not keen on buying too much of. If we get to $25,000 Bitcoin, then it does give me and sort of a 12 PE, which maybe is a little bit low to be fair, but they won't be making a whole lot at $25,000 Bitcoin, so low PE is sort of fair enough. Yeah, that gives me sort of $94 million market cap, which is only slightly above what we've got. And if you sort of adjust for debt and sort of Bitcoin on the balance sheet, need to double check those, but yeah, gives you even less, so less than the current market cap, and that's at $25,000 Bitcoin. So it's not until you get to sort of $30,000 really until you get any sort of meaningful up move potential. So admittedly, this would be sort of a 5x if we went to $30,000 Bitcoin on these figures, and then obviously pie in the sky 50,000 and 100,000 figures. We're obviously a long way off those. So yeah, you don't want to be, I always say, you don't want to be averaging down just because you're down. And I am certainly down 85%, I believe. But yeah, you got to look at fundamentals, and fundamentals don't look particularly good. So you're really betting on the price to go up sort of within the next 6 months, really. They say this dilution and sort of raising funds gives them liquidity for the next 12 months, Peter Wall said. And yeah, not 100% sure about that, but yeah, basically giving us a time limit on when Bitcoin has to go up, which I think I would rather just buy coins themselves, which don't have this sort of time limit, basically. So that's my thoughts on Argo. I think if we do sort of see what looks like a bottom and sort of what could be potentially bullish upside for crypto, then I would consider sort of buying some more. But at the moment, I just see it as this left column here with a negative sort of valuation. So there you go. So yeah, the ICE is down about 2,000 overall, basically all Argo blockchain. And the IG trading account, pretty much the same. Argo blockchain down about £2,000 in here, and Hive blockchain down a little as well. Crypto sort of not having the best of weeks. But yeah, the other two miners sort of doing reasonably okay. And yeah, the Chinese tech having a bit of a rough week as well. So not immediately looking to buy either of these two. I did buy into Process sort of in the last couple of weeks for the sort of 10-cent exposure, but yeah, still sort of Alibaba and Baidu would probably be ones for when I sort of sell out of crypto, probably. But yeah, so that's I thought I'd just do a quicker update today and a little bit sort of more focus on Argo, since it's the sort of biggest mover, and a few people have been asking questions. So yeah, that's the video for the week. Basically, got to stay calm and sort of wait for hopefully one more sort of leg down. I can maybe put half of this cash into some of the stocks and sort of half into crypto, and see where we go from there, sort of over the next sort of 6 to 12 months. So yeah, let us know how your portfolio is doing, and like and subscribe. See you soon.